Well, we have decided to do a brand new segment with our friends with the Food Bank of Eastern Oklahoma, and I'm here today with Chef Jeremy Johnson. Chef Jeremy, who is the pinky up chef, because he says we are here in the food bank in the ballroom.
In the ballroom.
This
correct.
is the ballroom. Okay, so we're going to learn something fancy today, is what you're saying.
Something a little bit fancy, but definitely home style. Something we all can relate to. We're actually going to make a homemade pimento cheese, or cheese spread, as we found out they call it in the South.
My granddad made this when I was growing up. He either called it cheese spread, or like most people of that generation did, cheese salad. There was no salad involved in it. It was just cheese and mayonnaise and a bunch of really good pickles and stuff. So
yes.
I'm excited to see how you're going to be making this. And this is a brand new segment for us. So we hope you enjoy it and that you can make some takeaways and learn a little bit about the food bank in the process. Now, you guys are kind of an umbrella organization. You distribute to how many different food banks across the area?
So there's 2 food banks in the Feeding America network. We are the Food Bank of Eastern Oklahoma, and we service the eastern half of Oklahoma, which has 600 feeding partners. Through multiple programs.
Okay, so when you make your donations of food or supplies or volunteer or time, you are helping so many people because that gives them the opportunity to spread this out a little bit and help those in need.
That's right.
All right, well, let's get to cooking to make this fabulous cheese salad.
For sure.
Okay, so tell me what you're starting with.
We're going to start with a block of cheese because you can definitely get a lot better flavor out of shredding your own cheese.
Now, is this cheddar or is it?
This is cheddar.
Okay.
This is cheddar, mild cheddar.
Can you use any kind?
You typically want to use cheddar. We've made it with Gouda. We've made it with a couple other cheeses. Most people typically make it, but I'm not going to say, hey, cheddar's the only way to go. So definitely if you have a block of cheese, some cheddar, or something like that in the refrigerator, definitely use it.
Okay, so we're just going to grate a whole block of cheese here. So this is very healthy, you're saying?
You know, it's good for summer. It's good for this time of year. If you have people coming by, you want to have some veggies or some cheese, or some crackers to go along with it, and
it makes it, well, you know, there's calcium, there's good stuff in the cheese, right? Okay, so it doesn't have to be all veggies all the time in order to be something healthy and good for you. Okay, all right, so once you get the cheese all shredded up, is it gonna, I think my granddad used a food processor for his.
We typically would, yes.
Yeah, but we don't have to, so if you don't have one.
You don't have to use that today. You can use a good old cheese shredder.
Okay.
So we're gonna set this to the side for now. Actually, I did that backwards. That's my disposal bowl. So we're actually going to go in and kind of make our salad dressing.
Our salad dressing. Maybe that's where it came from then.
I think so. It's going to incorporate a little bit of mayonnaise, some Worcestershire.
Where's your sister sauce? That's what it should be called.
Sister sauce.
Where's your sister sauce? That's what I've heard.
Like
all right, so a little bit of mayo. How much is that about? Looks like a cup, maybe?
Our recipe says it is 3/4 of a cup of mayo.
Oh, okay. Well, we split the difference there.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to go in with our...
Where's your sister sauce?
Your sister sauce.
Okay. I've never seen that added to a pimento cheese.
It's a nice kick. And also cayenne is another one that's not typically in there. You don't want too much, but just a little bit to marry the flavors of the Worcestershire. It also adds in with the pimento flavor.
And of course, if you're making it for a family member you don't like, you can always add a little extra.
Yes, for sure. A little pepper, a little salt. Once again, this is all to taste. Some people like a little more, some people like a little less. I like to use about 1/4 of a teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon. We're going to go in with our garlic powder. Okay. This is way fancier than I ever would have thought. I really was thinking like literally pickles, mayonnaise, cheese. Okay. A lot of good flavors. And then this is our pimentos right here, diced pimentos. You get a nice little jar from your local grocery store.
Okay. Are pimentos just red peppers? Is that what I've heard?
It's kind of like a Spanish red pepper, yes.
Okay.
And then we're just going to whisk this all together. Mix it together pretty well.
It's looking good and it smells good.
Yes, lots of good flavors in there.
Our salad dressing. Now, while you're whisking this together, and since we're going to be wrapping up here in just a couple of minutes, I do want to ask, are you guys still in need of volunteers here at the food bank?
We're always in need of volunteers at the food bank. Today is actually a pretty big day in our kitchen. We are working on a disaster relief program. As you know, it's Oklahoma, so we're getting ready for tornado seasons. And real quick, I want to show you I'm adding cream cheese into the salad dressing here. But yes, we're getting ready for disaster relief. We're getting ready for our summer feeding program. So the spring is really a big time for us here at the food bank. And so we have a lot of big programs working up. I'll mix that in
Look at
there
that.
real quick.
Okay. And this would be perfect for summertime if you're having a family reunion, a picnic.
Perfect.
Just don't let it sit out in the sun too long if you're out in that picnic.
No, you definitely want to let this rest. It's better rested in the refrigerator, and then maybe if you want to pull it out about 30 minutes before you're gathering. Oh, it's the best.
All right, I'm going to grab the finished product because it's lovely and show everyone what it looks like when it's all done. And I like how you put it over lettuce so it feels like it's really healthy, and it's a salad. That's right. All right, Chef Jeremy, thank you so much for this. And we are going to put all of the recipes, we will be linking to it from fox23.com, but tell everyone the website where folks can check out recipes for themselves or find out more about the food bank.
Yes, you can find out more about the food bank at okfoodbank.org. And if the recipes aren't on there, please feel free to reach out through our website as well, and I'll be more than glad to get the recipe over to you.
Looks lovely. I just need some crackers to scoop this up, or a spoon, or a shovel.